Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name's Amanda. I'm so glad everyone's here watching today. It means so much to me that you take time out of your day to support my channel, watch my videos, and that you actually take interest in my family, love us, support us. It means so much to me. But today's video, I guess, will be a little different as far as the voiceover. I'm going to be a little raw and transparent with you guys. I was not feeling it on this day. I woke up and I was just not in a good mood. Have you ever had days where it feels like everything you touch or everything you got to do just falls apart, or you touch it and it breaks? Something's just not right, and that's how I was feeling on this day. I was smothered by the mess, the clutter. I get so overwhelmed and aggravated that I clean and clean and clean, and then I turn around and it looks like this. So I'll explain more to you in a little bit, but I'm just glad that there's an option to turn sound down and music up. Today's scent is going to be Kevin Costner. I was at my mom's yesterday and we were talking about how run down your home can get so quickly. My parents live in a double wide, and I think they bought it in 97 or 98, and there's just so many things in it that are just outdated and it's just gotten run down over the years. And we were talking about redoing her bathroom. So I'm going to be redoing the floor. They're putting a new toilet in, and then I'm going to be painting and maybe painting their cabinets, just things like that. So I'm going to help them with that, and I'll film that as well. But we were just talking about how quickly a home can get run down. And I told her our house was built in like 2007, 2008, and there are so many things that are already outdated or run down or just need maintenance. And it goes with any home. When you buy something brand new, in the beginning, there's really not anything to do to it. It's good, everything's fresh and new. But as time goes on, it gets worn down. You just need to put in a little work here and there, and that's just with any home. But I was telling her, like, our cabinets in our kitchen are crap. You know, when we bought this house, we didn't go through and inspect the cabinets. We did sand those down and paint them. You all know they had thick, wet paint on them still, and they were terrible, scratched all to pieces. So we put in a lot of work on these cabinets to get them painted and all that. With that being said, we took them down and then put them back up. When we put them back up, the hardware is terrible. Those cabinets look like they've been took off and put back on so many times, and there's so many screw holes in the wood that it's all loose. There's really nowhere to screw a new spot where it's, you know, good solid wood. It's just a mess. I went into the kitchen the other day and I opened a cabinet, and I'm not kidding you when I say this, the cabinet door fell off in my hand. So I was aggravated. I went to the garage. I got the screw gun. I tried to move it a little bit to where it would be a new hole. I could screw that up, and so far it's there. But every one of these cabinets are loose. When you open them, they're loose, and they feel like they're just going to fall off. So I was aggravated with that on this day. I was aggravated with the baby gate we have there for Flash. One of them is broken, and it's just basically held up by a trash can. The other one there that I'm walking through right now next to Kennedy, it doesn't want to stay up. The walls aren't lined up perfectly to where the gate should be just like perfectly straight. So it's kind of at an angle, and that gate will not stay up. All he has to do is jump up and push through it, and he's figured it out, and he can come through. So I was aggravated with that. I walked into this breakfast nook area, and one of my curtain rods was ripped out of the wall. And I know that was a cat. The cat tree's there, and they've been playing with those curtains or pulling on them or whatever. But I was just so ticked off on this day. If I turned this music down and my volume up, you all would be so disappointed in how negative I was being and what kind of mood I was in. It wasn't pretty. I was trying to get this house ready for a home tour. I just posted that, and I would clean and clean, and by the time I got to one end of the house, the other end needed picked back up, and it was just a process to get every room in this house clean at one time. it took me days because I had to keep going back and redoing things and staying on the kids to put things where they go and this and that. By the time I got one room clean, they had cat food on the floor, or just something all the time. Flash knocking a trash can over or something. Even our drawers are cluttered back up. I can't even pull out a junk drawer without a phone cord or something being in the way when I go to close it back. So that's my own fault, not blaming that on anybody else. It's my own fault because I'm so disorganized and I'm just so cluttered, and I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of living like this. But I was just in a bad mood, and I think everybody gets like this. I hope I'm not the only one, but I think everybody kind of gets in these moods. I was just not feeling it on this day. I was just being ugly, honestly.
Two of us and we can stay up all night, kissing under street lights, doing what we want to, doing what we need to do, staying up all night, everything is alright. Oh, I wanna be with you, oh, I wanna be with you. Let me be that someone who can hold your hand. I don't even know if you can understand how you make me feel. I got you in my head. Oh, I wanna be with you, oh, I wanna be with you. Let me be that someone who can hold your hand. I don't even know if you can understand how you make me feel. I got you in my head. Oh, I wanna be with you, oh, I wanna be with you. Be with you. All that time away from you, I didn't think I'd make it without you by my side. Let me feel your love again. Just the two of us and we could stay up all night, kissing under street lights, doing what we want to, doing what we need to do, staying up all night, everything is alright. Oh, I wanna be with you, oh, I wanna be with you. Let me be that someone who can hold your hand. I don't even know if you can understand how you make me feel. I got you in my head. Oh, I wanna be with you, I wanna be with you, I wanna be with you. Be with you, be with you, be with you.
I was trying to get these floors clean, and I was basically running them out of the kitchen as I was mopping. I was just like, go, move. I need through, go. I'll do it myself, go. I was just being a snothead. I was being ugly, and even Heather was staying clear of me on this day. But if you're a mom, you might understand what I'm saying when I say that I have to act SHIT crazy sometimes to get my kids' attention, to get them up and moving. And I showed my tail a little bit on this morning, and my kids got up and they went to clean. They were like, okay, I'll do it, I'll help you. And I'm human, and I guess I was disappointed in myself, especially when I'm watching this back. It just looks like I'm cleaning. You can't really tell what kind of mood I'm in or things that I'm saying, but I feel so bad for how I acted on this day. Does anybody else have to act like that to get their kids' attention? If I ask my kids to clean something, they do. But sometimes it just gets so overwhelming for them not to put something back where it goes. Just like toothpaste. a toothbrush, like put it under your sink. So I told the kids that I had to get this home tour up by Wednesday at 11 o'clock, and I could not just keep cleaning and then, go back to the first room and start to do the tour and it'd be trashed all over again. I know you guys don't care if there's something laying out, and I don't want perfection. I just didn't want dirty dishes. I didn't want blankets wadded up through the floor. I wanted it to look presentable. It's not perfect, and nothing in my life's perfect. I'm fine with that. But to clean the kitchen and turn around and the kids have brought dirty dishes from their bedroom down or something like that, it aggravates me. And like I said, I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just trying to be real with you guys and transparent. I want you guys to know that I'm human and I have struggles too. My kids are not perfect. My kids have struggles. We all struggle together. I'm trying to teach my kids to pick up after themselves and to respect what they have. I was raised to respect and take care of my bedroom growing up. I was raised to work hard for what you have and take care of it. And when I walk in their bedrooms and they're completely trashed, it bugs me. Now, I wasn't the neatest teenager either. My mom will tell you that. But I was taught to respect what you have. And I think part of respecting what you have is keeping it clean, keeping it picked up. I would have loved to have had bedrooms like my kids have when I was that age. And sometimes I just don't feel the appreciation, if that makes sense. I'm not saying my kids are ungrateful, and I'm not saying they're bad kids. I'm just saying that I get aggravated too. I have real struggles. I get in my moods too, and that's okay. We all just have to give ourselves grace. We wake up the next morning and we have a new chance. We have another shot at it. So, that's just where I was on this day, and I wanted to be real and transparent with you guys.
You try to turn me into somebody else, but it will ricochet. I won't let it bite. I will look at you and tell you that I'm alright. Like a ricochet, it will come back to you. Let me tell you, no, because my eyes aren't open, your words will keep bouncing away. And even if you're trying to hurt me, my skin's getting thicker each day. Don't know how you fall asleep at night, knowing that you...
I had cleaned for 3 days straight. I'm not kidding when I say that. The last cleaning video you've seen of mine, I cleaned the area rug in the living room. My mom called with the kitten ordeal. I had to go out there and help. It was a crazy few days. I was trying to get this house cleaned for the home tour, like I said, and I was like, well, if I'm going to clean it, I'm going to film it. So I was filming. I would stop and try to edit. It was so much that I split the video up, the 3 days of cleaning, into the last cleaning video you just seen, and then this video is the tail end of me cleaning before my home tour. So, like I said, I was just in a mood. I was trying to edit. While I was doing all that, I filmed my home tour, and when I went to edit the home tour, my camera was on some kind of off speed, so it was choppy, and I had to completely ditch that, and it was late. Everybody was in the bed, so the next morning I had to get up and refilm my home tour, which is fine. But with that being said, Allie was at volleyball practice, Kennedy was at the gym working out, and then Heather was fixing to leave to go dashing, and I had to remake the beds. I had to pick up toothbrushes from where they brushed their teeth before they left and things like that. I didn't know at the time that I was going to refilm the home tour, but that morning I got up and I looked at it again and I was like, I'm just not putting that up. It's choppy. It looks terrible. I'm going to redo it. So I had to get the house ready again, and it wasn't bad. Like I said, I just had to make a bed, move a water bottle here or there, like on a nightstand or something. It was no big deal, but it was just a whole lot of work trying to do the 2 cleaning videos, the home tour, and then having to refilm the home tour. All of that. I guess was under a little bit of stress. I had some pressure on me as far as timeline to get it all done. But as I started filming my home tour again, I firmly believe that God makes no mistakes. And I honestly believe that the reason I had to film this home tour again is so that I had to walk through this house for the second time. Because the second time I walked through this house and filmed this home tour, it was all I could do not to cry. Because as I'm editing the home tour, I'm realizing how far we've came. When we moved into this house, my kids' hearts were broken. Their dreams were shattered. Mine was the same. We felt like we were alone. We had nobody except us. We depended on one another to help carry furniture in. We didn't have help. And it's scary when you're in that situation. When you're in a situation where you feel like nobody has your back, it's not fun. But as I was editing that home tour and even editing this cleaning video or walking through to film that home tour for the second time, I cannot tell you the amount of gratitude I had in my heart for what I have. As I walked in each room and was telling you guys about it, my kids have beds, my kids have clothes, my kids have very nice bedrooms. I have a place to lay my head. We are warm and we're dry. And we have such a blessed life. Like I said, when we first moved in this house, everything was so uncertain and our life was in shambles. But we've came so far. God walked us through every single day of it. And when I look back where we were and where we're at now, I am so full of gratitude. I'm so thankful that He never left us. He was good to us. And as I'm editing this back, I'm really disappointed in myself over how I was acting. And I know you have to show yourself grace, and I know that everybody gets in those moods, but I'm way too blessed to act the way I did. And I honestly believe I had to do that home tour twice because I feel like God wanted me to walk through that house again and see it from a different perspective.
The sun will shine on you wherever you go, wherever you go. And when it gets dark, stay strong. You're never alone. You're never alone. The sun will shine.
In just a few minutes, you'll see a recipe that we do for you all. It's the cheesy sausage pasta, and it was so good. So stick around for that recipe. If you're in a rut where you feel like you're cooking the same thing over and over, this is something different. And trust me when I say it was so good. But I'm going to go ahead and read my devotional to you guys because there's really no music at the end for me to do that. So I'm going to read that now. And I think, once again, it is perfect and exactly what I need to read. Surrender and rest. Come to me, all you that are weary and burdened. I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls, for my yoke is easy and my burdens are light. Matthew 11:28. When we are faced with problems, our first instinct is to grab it and not let it go. We have this belief that if we hold on to it tightly, we have some sense of control. Often that sense is false. It creates anxiety and also fear. The more we struggle to hold on, the harder the situation becomes and the more exhausting the fight is. The attitude that God wants us to have toward our problems is one of bravery. He asks us to choose surrender over having control. A huge part of that brave choice is having faith in Him. By surrendering our fears and letting go of worry, we are trusting God. We can relax our grip, lift our eyes and hands to the sky, and breathe. No problem is too big or too difficult for God to handle. When we trust Him, we can finally rest. Do you trust God in every aspect of your life to surrender even those difficult parts to Him? As for me, that's hard to do. Sometimes it's hard for me just to lay it down and leave it with Him. And I try to fix things myself. And when we fix things ourselves, we make a mess out of it. I've learned that so many times. But I'm so thankful that the mess that I've made out of my life, at one point I felt like my life was a complete train wreck and that I had destroyed my kids' lives or my life or my marriage or whatever. But I thank God that He can take what's broken and He can restore and He can fix things. So I'm just very grateful that God knows my heart. He knows my situation. Even when I don't hand it over to Him, He still knows it. He still knows the fight, the struggle that I'm dealing with, and He's always there for me. But I love you guys, and stick around for the recipe. It is good. You all will love it. I think you will. It's a little bit spicy, but not bad at all. Like your kids could eat it, no problem. But I love you guys. And remember, Jesus loves you guys. And whatever struggle or burden you're dealing with today, let it go and give it to Him. And I will see you guys in the next one.
My heart keeps on bleeding. I have scars, the ones not healing. They're all there because of you.
Behind the scenes here.
I messed it up and I should have treated you much better. So much better. I miss you so bad, won't you come back to me? I've got you in my head, you're all that I see. I've lost all my chances, I know that I am too late. I'm thinking of you, I'm thinking of you, I'm thinking.
Hey guys, we were looking for sausage, but you'll do. Oh, stupid. Oh, it's corny. Okay, we were trying to be cool, but that was just so corny. So anyway, a lot of you guys have asked for us to go more into detail when we're cooking. So we are cooking cheesy sausage pasta tonight. We've made it one time before. I'll put the recipe up on the screen right now if you want to screenshot it. But it was so good, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. It was so good. So I think this is something different that we don't, I mean, we've only cooked it once. So it's not something we cook all the time, but it's something different if you're looking for something different and you like pasta. Was it spicy? There's rotel in it. Rotel, yeah, it's a little spicy, but I don't remember it like setting my mouth on fire or anything. And flashlight is gonna help. Are you gonna help us cook? Are you gonna help us eat? You want a treat? We're a Melissa treat. Oh yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna get the ingredients out. First, sausage, minced garlic, cheese, rotel, heavy whipping cream, bow tie pasta, chicken broth, and it calls for onion, but we don't have one. So let's cook. We're gonna need a pot. That's dirty. Clean now. Okay. She's being very hateful. You need a skillet. I'll put the recipe up on the screen. Oh my gosh. But look at the top, guys. It says Kevin and Amanda. It's a sign. Amanda Costner. Amanda Costner. Did you see that? Who's your celebrity crush? Like what man you think is really, really hot?
Kevin Costner.
You're gonna need a knife. How thick do you want these cut?
I don't wanna cut you off, but I know this is such a rush. The way you move is so free, put your body next to me. I don't.
Okay, now garlic.
Yeah, there's 2 cloves. I don't know how many tablespoons.
Okay, then you add 2 cloves of garlic. We're just using minced garlic to the sausage. Stir it until it's fragrant. I mean, until it smells good.
30 seconds, yeah.
We're transferring because we think this is going to be too little of a pot. Well, I did. She didn't. We're going to add the rotel. 2 cups of chicken broth. Half a cup of heavy whipping cream.
And pepper.
Whole box of pasta.
I don't know how much salt and pepper, don't say. Make sure to say add what you think it's good.
And when do you add the cheese? I don't think that's gonna be enough liquid.
Need some more broth.
Didn't we add more broth last time? I don't know. I just don't think that's gonna be enough liquid to cook those noodles.
Gosh.
So I'm gonna add a little bit more chicken broth.
Come on. Go. Put you in the basket, please. No. No, sir. Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
It doesn't say how much salt and pepper, so I'm just going to measure with my heart. Okay, so we have Reagan coming over and her boyfriend to eat last minute, so we're gonna add a little to this. So we're gonna add some of this pasta. Penny pasta, is that? So I'll put the original recipe on the screen. Don't do what we're doing unless you're feeding an army too. Probably a little bit more cream. So we're gonna add a little bit more cream, a little bit more broth, and pasta. Okay, so, because you, like I said, you just never know who's gonna show up at this house and wanna eat. If we made a crap ton of it, nobody'd show up. But if we had 2 steaks, everybody'd show up. But that's okay. At least they're coming. Yes, we love having them, love having company. It's just hard. How am I supposed to raise them up? So, like I said, I'll put the original recipe on the screen and you can just go by that. Even the original recipe, I felt like that wasn't enough broth to cook that pasta, but maybe it is, I don't know. You can always add if you think your pasta is looking like it's dry. Do I cover it? Huh?
Yep.
It's boiling. Cover it. Okay, then what do I do? Turn it down.
Reduce heat to medium low.
And we're making a pizza because we know we're gonna have some picky ASS kid that ain't gonna wanna eat this, so. Yeah, I think we definitely needed the extra broth. I think that was a good idea to put the extra in there. Plus we put extra noodles, so. And it looks so bland, but it was so good, wasn't it? Like yeah, it's just so cheesy, and you just think that like the heavy whipping cream and the chicken broth just would kind of be bland, but I guess the rotel and the sausage, it just makes it perfect. And the cheese, it is so good. I didn't think I would like it because I'm not a big fan of sausage like this, but it is really good. We got a dog begging for treats right here. We got laundry going on in there. What, buddy? What do you want? What? Are you wanting a piece of cheese? Hang on, I'll give you some cheese. Give me a kiss first. Give me a kiss. Okay, good boy. Good boy. Is that good? He's not spoiled. Are you, buddy? Are you spoiled? We did a live last night, and if you were there, thank you so much for talking to us and hanging out with us. It was so much fun. We love doing those. I was like, I'm only gonna keep them like 45 minutes maybe. No, like 3 hours later, I was like, bye y'all. But we had fun. I guess there's just so much to talk about because y'all, you know, talk to us and ask us questions and things like that, and it's just so much fun talking about different things like that. But it was fun. Did you have fun?
Yeah, I always have fun with that.
Yeah, it was so much fun. She broke her toe.
Yeah.
She broke her pinky toe. She stubbed it on the door. She's like, I broke my toe. I was like, you got 9 more?
Feel the love.
But it was yesterday. This morning, she woke up and it was really bruised and I felt bad. I was like, oh God, that looks really bad. I just thought she like stubbed it, like it was, you know, to hurt, but you know, say a bad word, it feels better, that kind of thing. No, it's a little blue. Yeah, we've not really, I mean, we've had a few pool days. Like, my kids will swim if it's 10 below 0, they don't care. I don't think kids really pay attention to heat and cold like adults do. Kennedy can be in ball pants and socks and it be 100 degrees and she's on turf and I'm sitting in a chair dying in the shade and she's fine out on the field. You know what I mean? Like, kids I don't think pay attention to it like we do. They swim no matter what. It was like rainy and cloudy the other day and they were in it. And I was like, y'all are crazy. But it's not been real warm here, has it? I mean, I love rain, so I'm all about it. I don't care. It could rain every day of my life and I would be fine. Like last night it stormed. I woke up probably 2 in the morning, and it was like the radar looked terrible, but it was storming all night long. And I was like, dang it, why can't it do that during the day? Because I love to watch it storm. But anyway, it's nice outside today, but it's windy and it's a little cool. It's like 80 degrees. It's crazy. So is it hot where you're at? Y'all having like a hot summer? And like, is there some places in the US that don't have the seasons we have? I think so. I think there is. Like here in Tennessee, we have 4 seasons. And it's usually every week. We have 4 seasons within a week. But yeah, I like the seasons. I think that's perfect because I like change, and it's like by the time you're over summer, it starts cooling off and it's fall, and then you look forward to Christmas. I just love the seasons and how it changes and all that. But stick around if you guys are big on Christmas, because we glammed out this house last Christmas. Can't wait to do it again and maybe add a few little things to the collection. So that's going to be so much fun. And I know people that do YouTube decorate a little early. I think we decorated October.
I think so.
Yeah, I think we decorated in October. I know one of you guys asked last night on our live if I decorated for fall or Halloween, and we do fall. Like we bought all kinds of fall decor last year. So I'm excited about that. And it's like you kind of forget what you've got because it's packed away, and then you get it out and it's like all new to you again. So that's going to be so much fun. So yeah, we do fall. It's kind of hard to, like, I dread this Christmas, like putting all that stuff up because all these cats. Last Christmas we didn't have the animals we had this year. Of course we did have Flash, but it's, yeah, he would just walk up to our pretty tree, our 12-foot tree, and he would like grab a flower off of it and just take off with it, or a ball, and he would not leave the big tree alone. Yeah, I said, well, I told them like this year we have more cats than we did last year. So Willis, oh Lord. Our cat is we're gonna have to keep Willis in a cage. Cage him up. So here's what we're looking like. And it's thick. So it's pretty thick. There's like no extra liquid. And I've got one cool in here to taste to see if it's done, but fixing to add some cheese. And it's gonna be in my belly. Yeah, it's tender. That is so freaking good. Like, how is it that good? Those ingredients together make it so good. Whole pack?
Yep. I want more cheese, we can add
Like I said, we added more broth and more cream because we added a little more pasta just because Reagan and her boyfriend's coming to eat. So I wanted to have enough. But you guys, go by the recipe. See, I didn't think it even looked like it wasn't gonna have enough liquid, but it did. So trust the process. Unless, of course, it starts getting like really, really dry, add a little more broth or something. But seriously, if you're looking for a new recipe, this is so, so good. Try it. It's not something we usually like go to every single week, and I don't know why really, because it's good. But we make Cajun chicken pasta a lot, so I guess that's, you know, similar, but it is good. It would even be good with chicken in it or shrimp or something.
Yeah.
It really would. We are waiting on some garlic bread to get done, and then I'll plate it up and show you guys what it looks like. So good though. I need a white, solid white plate to do these on.
Yeah, just for that.
The breadsticks are done yet. Gourmet homemade pizza's done. Organic too. It's done! Sweet, Anna.
Cause I know what it's like to be broke. I know what it's like when nothing goes your way. So I'm gonna let myself enjoy the fruit from this lucky day. Yeah, I am on my way up. I won't slow down. Yeah, I am on my way